Morning from the Hadramaut region of Yemen. It's my last day in Wadi and we're going to be heading back to Sayoun because I am leaving tomorrow. I'm so amazed and so shocked at how a great trip that this has been. My guides have really made it super special, made me feel safe and welcome, but so has pretty much everyone else that I have met on this trip, from shopkeepers, the restaurant owners, the people at the hotel, or even random people we've met on the street. It's been such a wild adventure, and so many negative expectations I had largely were missed, which is a good thing. And then all of the good expectations I had were absolutely exceeded on every level.
There's been a recurring theme of foods for breakfast, including beans, eggs, and breads. I was curious if this was what most routinely have for breakfast.
Can you tell me real quick, what do most people have for breakfast in Yemen?
Most of the people, they're having just like most of them, bread and black tea. Even milk, sometimes they cannot afford it because it's very expensive.
And so eggs and beans are expensive too?
For them, yes, you cannot have it every day, maybe like once a week.
Today we will be spending time exploring a few villages of the left side of the Wadi Dawan Valley. They have scores of mud brick homes, as well as a few very unique points of interest.
That's a welcome.
Yes, we're on our way to go see a hat maker here in the valley, and it's going to be the kind of hat maker that makes those beautiful witch hats. Be interesting to see if we can get a little bit more information on the tradition behind the pointed tops. And this lovely thing just decided to wish us good morning. It's pretty. Salam alaikum. How long have they been making hats like this?
He said he inherited that from his father, from his grandfather.
How long does it take to make a hat like this?
كم تستغرق انك تصلح الواحد؟ One day.
الصبح لما بعد العصر نصلحها. ما اخذ يعني قدها كذا ارتفعت كذا ما الغنم فوق تجيب لها برود. ما تلقي حرارة على الراس.
He said when it's long, it doesn't it's not hot inside when you wear it.
Oh, I
There's
see.
a space.
Okay.
And also وتحميهم من الشمس. To protect them from the sun. Expresses the heart, expresses love.
And me to you.
This is the hat that I bought from this lovely family. I'm stoked to have this unique memento and will proudly wear it when gardening at home. I really can't get over just how many mud brick homes are here, standing for decades. And it makes me happy to see all of these green fields and scores of palm trees surviving and doing just fine in this super intense desert heat. During our explorations, we ran into one of the goat herders. She was completely surprised to not only see me, but that I was wearing one of their local hats. She was kind enough to talk to us on camera and share with us what life is like for her as a goat herder.
They start from 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
6 o'clock in the morning. And do they just take the goats around?
Because they're the farmers will not let them in.
Oh, okay. So I see you throwing the rocks at the goats?
Just to drive in there.
Okay. Do you call them any special way? What else do you do besides take the goats around to eat?
No, that's the purpose.
That's the
to feed
purpose?
them.
I see you're wearing really thick gloves on your hands.
Not to get dark or black.
It looks like you're wearing clothes underneath your Shibam. Does it get hot?
Mm-hmm.
No? She must get used to it. Is there a certain tradition behind the brown around the hat?
So there is a reason.
Oh,
She
okay.
said when they put it like that, it will the goats will not be able to eat it.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, that might be a good question for you to ask. A lot of people at my home think I'm crazy for coming to Yemen by myself. Do you think that it's a good thing that I'm safe to be a woman by myself in Yemen?
He said, why it's not safe? It is safe.
Yeah, it is safe.
He said, especially here, people are very nice.
I can see that. Everyone's been wonderful.
بس يعملونها صور عيفة ولا شيء كذا. She said she's like, because sometimes they are afraid, like they will use these pictures for like a bad use.
Well, that was such a special treat to be able to actually talk to her. And it just goes to show what happens if you dress locally and are respectful and ask permission instead of just going and taking pictures. They will warm up to you, and you know, it's really unfortunate, but a lot of the women here are under the impression that photos of them taken are used for bad purposes, like pornography, for example. And that's just so terrible. It's such a shame. So her willingness to talk to me was much appreciated, and I think it went really well. I felt good, and I was really appreciative to hear about her day. I've been super curious about these people ever since I saw their hats for the first time on some video somewhere. And thank you, Jamal, for translating.
You're welcome.
We're not in Rurbat Ba'ashi, which is where Osama bin Laden's family is actually from. Osama bin Laden himself was born in Saudi Arabia, but his grandparents are from this area, so we're gonna go check it out. So all these beautiful stations I've been seeing around is actually where people can get clean drinking water. These are donated from different charities and they're kept clean, so at least does their little bit to try and prevent diseases like cholera from spreading. Osama bin Laden's family comes from. And his old house, or his old family's house, is from here. But it's long been abandoned and it's now turned into an old schoolhouse. We'll still go take a quick walk through and see what's up. So here I am standing in front of the ancestors of Osama bin Laden's house right here. This right here is it. Kind of heavy. It's crazy to think that this is where that particular individual's family hails from. And they got this nice little soccer field for everyone. Of course, just these absolutely stunning views here as well. All the cool palm trees to stay under. We found fruit! I am so excited.
عليه الصلاة والسلام فلما بلغ النبأ أن نبينا صلى الله عليه وسلم.
No questions as to what foods they serve here. Let's give it a try.
This is going to be my first time having camel. And we've got bread,
Because it's always left.
camel meat, and we've got some yogurt that we're going to put pomegranate seeds in. You know, camel doesn't taste too much different from beef. It tastes almost exactly the same. So, yeah, give camel a try sometime if you like cow. Shibam. So where are we now?
That's sweet.
Latsif.
Sweet.
Sif.
It's higher.
What's the significance of this city?
It's one of the most beautiful houses here. They're colored and also they have special doors. And there's this big palace called Musayna.
Boy, did we see colorful doors. Lots of them. Some of them very intricately decorated.
Are they ever going to restore these fallen houses? Or would they knock them down and rebuild?
No, they're restored.
Restore them?
After the rain, normally they make restoration.
Just can't get enough of these views here. I mean, this is just so beautiful here.
We ran into a group of very curious boys who were interested in talking to
Can
me.
you picture them?
Can I picture them? Sure. Okay. Say cheese! Cheese. Hey, you understand English!
They tried to guess where I was from.
I'm not Saudi, I'm not Turkey.
Spanish.
No.
Korea.
لا
Korea. No, not Korea.
دولة قوية.
Sin.
لا China no.
China.
Russia.
Not Russia.
No. USA.
USA تعرفون
America.
أمريكا.
نسيت أمريكا.
صورة تحفة صح الجيران.
He said you take pictures for the antiques and things like that, like the ruins, or historical places.
Those were such sweet boys who were very concerned that I see the most beautiful places in their country. Really enjoyed talking to them.
Assalamu alaikum. Well, aren't you the king of the castle there? Well, that chicken we just saw standing on top, we were offered to buy them because the family doesn't want them anymore. I can only imagine trying to take them on the plane with me. Looks something like Stewie from Family Guy.
We were having such a fun time wandering around that we lost track of time. We were to be in Shibam in time for the sunset. Despite a valiant effort by my driver, that just didn't happen.
Of course, when we're in a hurry is when we're getting a little held up by a checkpoint. Of course. That's the way it goes.
But we still hopped out for a quick visit.
When there's so many calls to prayer going on, how do you know which one to follow?
You can take the one that you like.
Pick the one you like.
It was a very ethereal and surreal way to end my last day in this beautiful place.
Well, we've made it to Seyoun, safe and sound. In just about 12 hours, I'm going to be taking off for my next destination, and this is got to be one of the fanciest hotels that I've stayed in, even in the Middle East. Decorations are pretty fancy. They already had the TV and the aircon going for me when I got here. I love this curtain decor that they've got there, and then the bed and the decor there. Take a quick look at the bathroom. They already turned the hot water heater on for me. Yep, definitely one of the nicest, probably the nicest place I've stayed in Yemen, and one of the nicer kind of budget travel hotels that I've been in. Of course, we got to check out the view. And it seems like it is the pool with a bat. Like one gibbous away from a full moon there.
Thank you for joining me today and in this journey through beautiful Yemen. I'll see you next time to show you what it's like to travel through the airport and on Yemenia Airways as I leave the country.